We are now back into open session. First order of business will be to the approval of the closed session minutes dated May the 16th, 2017. Do we have a motion from the board?
So moved.
And a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Grody, involuntary transfers. The floor is yours.
We have one involuntary transfer. The recommendations for Kristen Raymond, who we transferred to high school special ed from high school PE to be involuntarily transferred back from high school special ed to high school PE.
You've heard the recommendation of administration. Do I have a motion to approve that? Motion. Second?
Second.
Is it roll?
Dr. Corley?
Yes.
Mr. Green? Mr. Beavers?
Yes.
Mrs. Dorr?
Yes.
Mrs. James?
Yes.
Mrs. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Rungy?
Yes.
All right, I got the recommendation for the following employments. And I apologize in advance for any names I mutilate. Chelsea Austin, first grade. Kelsey Rohrer, K2 special ed. Erica Lincoln, third grade. Justin Laux, middle school band. Colby Williams, high school English, and Adam Haddock, high school robotics electronics.
Can I correct you real quick? I think it's not first grade, it's kindergarten.
For Chelsea Austin.
Oh, it is.
It is kindergarten. It says first grade here, though.
That's my fault.
I blame Allison Savanda.
No, it's my fault.
She's trying to sneak something
Good catch. So yeah, the recommendation
you?
is actually for Chelsea to be
Oh, okay. This
kindergarten.
Chelsea, isn't it?
Chelsea, yeah, just Chelsea.
And this is why you show up to board meetings, because you don't end up in the wrong grade.
She's like, I didn't apply for that.
8th grade.
Hey, sorry to make you wait so long, but it's worth it, I guess. Okay. We've got,
Repeating that after I heard that. I'm like,
Chelsea Austin, kindergarten.
okay.
Chelsea.
There's an A-Ron.
That's how you spell it.
I apologize.
Ms. Austin.
Kelsey Rohrer.
Ms. Austin.
K2 sped.
All right, you've heard the recommendation from administration for the new hires. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
In a second.
Second.
Nancy?
Mr. Beavers?
Yes.
Mrs. James?
Yes.
Dr. Corley?
Yes.
Mrs. Dorr?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mrs. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Rungy?
Yes. Congratulations. Ms. Austin. Okay, moving to athletics.
Moving to athletics. For golf, we make the recommendation for head coach Jesse Barge Sr., pending his certification for ASIP, I believe. Assistant coach Jesse Barge Jr., and volunteers Len and Drew Navarra. For football, varsity coach Jason LeGrand. For volleyball, Jessica Whitehead. And just for clarification, we are going to add in this recommendation Jim Hammers as assistant coach, split stipend, moving Curtis Reed from paid assistant to volunteer coach, approve Michael Beckman, who is the Alvarado individual that Alvarado pays for with our co-op, adding Todd Thomas from Pinckneyville as volunteer coach, and adding Marcus Anderson as a volunteer coach. Those would be the athletic recommendations.
All right, we've heard the recommendation from Mr. Grody. Do we have a motion to approve as read? And a second?
Mrs. Miller?
Yes.
Dr. Corley?
Yes.
Mrs. Dorr?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mrs. James?
Yes.
Mr. Beavers?
Yes.
Mr. Rungy?
Yes.
All right. Administration makes the recommendation to repost the high school special ed position that was vacated with the involuntary transfer, and to post for a new position of special ed Carruthers.
Okay, we've got a recommendation for the posting of 2 jobs within the district. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Nancy?
Mr. Beavers?
Yes.
Dr. Corley?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mrs. James?
Yes.
Mrs. Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Dorr?
Yes.
Mr. Rungy?
Yes. You're still up?
Next, got it. Like to make the recommendation of step plus 2%, adding the steps for all of the non-union, non-certified employees in line with what the teachers got this year.
Heard the recommendation from the administration. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Nancy?
Yeah, find her name. Mrs. James?
Yes.
Mrs. Dorr?
Yes.
Mrs. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Beavers?
Yes.
Dr. Corley?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Rungy?
Yes. One more.
Last but not least, for the administrative team, we're recommending step plus 2% for all individuals, except for the superintendent. The superintendent shall get step plus 1% in this recommendation.
For the recommendation from administration, do we have a motion to approve?
I'll motion.
Second?
Dr. Corley?
Yes.
Mrs. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Beavers?
Yes.
Mrs. Dorr?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mrs. James?
Yes.
Mr. Rungy?
Yes. Need a motion to adjourn.
Second.
I don't even know who made the motion, but okay.
Everybody.
All in favor? Anybody else want to stay?
Thank you.
Drive through